Hi guys, it's Malcolm the Geek here, and I thought I'd do a little video, a bit of a sort of relaxed, chatty video about this whole K2 tax scandal that's been going on. First of all, we want to look at tax. And when you pay tax, if you're an average Joe, you might be earning about £15,000 a year. And when you're on about £15,000 a year, you probably take out home about £1,000 every month after tax and other expenses. And because you earn that through your company usually, or through working for a company, they'll pay the tax for you. So what you get, you keep, it's yours. But pop stars and comedians, on the other hand, they get their money from all over the place. So if you take Jimmy Carr, for example, he'll have like a contract with Channel 4 and they'll say, we want you to do some writing for us, we also want you to do the 10 o'clock show, we want you to do 8 out of 10 cats, we want you to do some annual shows as well. He'll then be going on a tour, and Jimmy Carr, he's always on tour, so he'll be earning money from that. And then his production company will be selling his DVD, so he'll be earning money from that. And then because he's famous, people want him to advertise their products. So Walker's Crisps, he did something for them. I think he tweeted something about Starbucks once, so they would have paid him as well. So he'll be getting his money from all over the place, and they won't want to work out his tax all the time because they don't know what kind of tax he's paying. So what he does is he'll employ an accountant, and he'll say, okay Jimmy, you live in the UK, you've got to pay such and such amount of tax, we'll sort it out for you. But certain people have clever accountants, and they can work out lower rates of taxes and ways around these taxes. And one of these popular schemes was the K2 scheme. Now if you look at average Joe who's paying £15,000, who earns £15,000 a year, he'll probably pay between £2,000 and £4,000 a year in tax. If you earn a lot of money, you're going to be paying a higher percentage. So average Joe will be paying around about the 20% mark, whereas Jimmy Carr would probably need to pay, around the 40% mark. So let's say Jimmy Carr, he earns £5 million in a year, he might need to pay, £2 million or more tax. So that's a lot of money. And if you look at average Joe, in 10 years' time, he could have paid anything between £20,000 and £40,000 tax, whereas Jimmy Carr, in 10 years' time, he could be paying anything from 20 million and 30 million pounds in tax. So if you think about it, if Jimmy Carr is on this K2 tax scheme and he's only paying 2% tax, he is still paying his taxes. And if you work out 2% on £5 million, well, that's about, I would say, £100,000 that he's paying every year tax. Now if you compare that to average Joe, who's the maximum he'll probably pay is about 40 grand in 10 years time, well, Jimmy Carr, even on the K2 scheme, will pay about £1 million worth of tax in 10 years time. So for the papers to get on his back and sort of aim it towards, the working class, saying you guys are working hard, you're paying all your taxes, and old Jimmy Carr here, he's not really paying anything, he's paying 2%. But let's get it straight, guys. Let's not get it twisted. As P. Diddy might say, 2% is a lot of money. If Jimmy Carr said, I'll give you 2% of my wages every year, you'd jump on it. So let's get our facts straight before we pick on him. But what do you think, guys? Get your comments down below. If you've got any questions for me, send us an email, send us a message. My website, of course, is malcolmgeek.co.uk, and don't forget to subscribe and share the videos too. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.